Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Life in Motion. I'm your host, Grace Becker, and I am happy to have you here with me today. I hope you all are doing good. I'm talking a little bit quieter today because my room is echoey, and my fiance and I are working on renovating our house, and we're getting closer and closer, but I still don't quite have my podcast studio set up in our guest room slash my studio because we have to get a Murphy bed. We have to first sell and get rid of the bed frame and mattress that we have in there, and then secondly we need to get a Murphy bed and so that I can set up my podcast studio. So it's a little echoey in my living room, so I'm really sorry if you hear any feedback. It's not you, it's me, I promise. But yeah, that's why I'm talking a little bit quieter today. I hope you all are doing well today on this gorgeous, let's see, what day would this be? On this gorgeous Thursday, the 16th. Ooh, October 16th. That's my mom's birthday. Hi, Mom. Happy birthday if you're listening to this. But I hope all of you listeners are doing good. Let me know what you are drinking. My beverage of choice as I record this episode is an Olipop cream soda. I don't know if any of you like these prebiotic sodas. I fucking love them. They're so good. The cream soda is one of my favorites to have around dinner time. I don't know how to explain it. That's just how my brain works. It just feels more hearty. For lack of a better word, it just feels more hearty. It feels more appropriate for dinner. Whereas I like to have like the Bloom prebiotic sodas. The strawberry cream one is my favorite. Olipop, Bloom, if you're listening, sponsor me. Sponsor me, please. I love your drinks. But that's what I'm drinking today. So if you have a drink, let me know what it is. If you don't have a drink, what the fuck are you doing? Go grab a drink. Go grab a beverage and join us bevy girls over here. I've had a good weekend because I'm recording this on a Monday, not a Thursday. Ironic, I know. But I went wedding dress shopping, everyone, and I found my dress. I said yes to the dress, and I'm so excited. It just makes me even more excited now for the wedding, like the big day. I'm just like, I'm so ready to party and to live it up. I can't wait to wear my dress all night long and to party with everybody. I'm gonna definitely share pictures on social media, so go follow my personal account and stay tuned for wedding content because I'm so excited. But for today's episode, it's going to be a bit of a quicker one. It is going to be me teaching you, giving you a skill for distress tolerance. Ooh. And for anyone who's wondering, this is a DBT or dialectical behavioral therapy skill. And the skill I am teaching you all today is called stop. Hence the title of this episode, Stop Feeling Distressed. Oh, I just hit my mic, sorry. But I just feel like lately a lot of my clients, a lot of people in my life, like personally, a lot of my friends, we're all going through it right now, and it's distressing, and it's not just one thing anymore. It's not just work, it's not just friendships, it's not just the relationship, it's multiple things all at once, and it is stressful, it is overwhelming, and it's hard to cope with that, especially if you don't know how to. So that is why today I decided to focus on teaching this skill, because I really do believe that when consistent in practicing this skill, it is very, very useful. I use it all the time. I recommend it to clients, and it is very helpful. When you're first starting off using this skill, you can find some resources online and whatnot, but it is hard. Right? And the hope, right, the goal is that eventually you won't have to practice so much or try so hard to be mindful about each of the 4 steps. It'll just come to you and you'll just do it. So I really wanted to teach you all this skill today. And this skill, stop, it has 4 steps to it, but it is hard to use at first because you're still learning it, you're still trying to figure out how to properly use it, and the hope is that eventually it will become easier with consistency and practice, to the point where you won't even need to reference a handout. You won't even need to write it all out before you go through the process. You'll just use it. So let's just get right into it. The skill STOP is an acronym for the steps you're going to take. So S is for stop, T is for take a step back, O is for observe, and then P is for proceed mindfully. Now, you may have heard this, right, or renditions of this. It's all relatively the same, and it also has areas within this skill for you to apply things that work for you, and I'll explain as I go. So the first step, S, stop. This is arguably one of the hardest steps in this skill, because when you're using it, you literally want to stop and not react. So if work is stressful, some coworkers coming at you and gossiping or bitching at you, or your partner's yelling at you and they're frustrated and you're in the middle of an argument, or you and your sister stole your shirt again and you're just really pissed, whatever's going on, you want to stop. Put the shirt down, put the laptop down, put the phone away. Whatever you are doing, literally stop what you are doing. Stop in your tracks. You can envision a big stop sign right in front of you. Just stop what you're doing. Do not react. And the do not react is the hard part, right? Because to be human is to want to react, right? If someone says something or does something and it's distressing and it's overwhelming, of course you want to react. You want to just give your reaction. You want to say something back. You want to do something about it. Or your brain wants to start to overthink things, because it doesn't always have to be revolved around anger. It can be revolved around anxiety. It can be revolved around depression. It really is, there's no one size fits all, but this skill is very helpful with all sorts of different feelings and distressing situations. So you want to stop. Do not react. Okay? And then once you have stopped and you haven't reacted, then you're going to take a step back. Now you can literally take a step back, so you can leave the room, right? But you can also mentally take a step back. And one of the best examples I have for this is maybe you are at work and you're in a meeting, or you are on your computer or you're on your phone, and you can't necessarily take a step back from your phone or your computer. I mean, you can step away from it physically, but there might be situations where you can't physically leave, maybe in a car, right? So you mentally take a step back. So you might say, okay, whoa, let's stop. And then let's rewind. Let's take a step back, okay? And then once you have removed yourself from the distressing environment, this is where you're going to have opportunity for some flexibility, because you're going to use a grounding skill in this step. Some of my favorites that I've talked about on the podcast: box breathing, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I also really like TIP. It's a really good one as well. Basically, any grounding skill that is going to help regulate your system. My favorite one is box breathing. I just find that it really helps me the best, because one of my top things that, how I react when I'm distressed, is I get a very quick heart rate, and I can hyperventilate, but not always, but I also have racing thoughts. So box breathing just really helps pull me back into the moment, really grounds me. So use whatever grounding skill is your favorite. But once you feel like your nervous system is calm, you might not really know how you feel or what you're thinking just yet or what you need, but at least you physically feel calm, okay? Because it's really difficult to try and express, analyze, process your emotions or your thoughts or what you need when you're not physically in a safe environment and you don't physically feel calm. So do those 2 steps first. Stop, take a step back. And then you're going to go into O, observe. And now this is where there's some more hard work involved, okay? And you're not going to see results immediately, but again, with consistency, you will see results. And what you're going to do in the observe is you're going to observe what's going on around you, and you're going to observe what's going on within you. So I think of like Google Maps, right? Have any of you ever been on Google Maps and you look up your phone, you look up your home, you look up your bestie's home, you look up your school, or you look up whatever, right? You are your home. So when we zoom in on this Google Maps, right, and we're looking at the home, we're looking at, okay, the inside of us. How do we feel? What are we thinking, right? Ask yourself these questions. How do I feel right now? What am I thinking? But then when you zoom out of Google World, or not Google Maps, Google World or whatever, and you see the world, that's what's going on around you, right? Around your house, around your environment. And that is the situation. So you're going to ask yourself, okay, how do I feel? What am I thinking? Who is involved? What was done? What was said? Right? Trying to get an idea and formulate, a hypothesis of, okay, I think this is what triggered me and caused me to feel distressed. Right? And this is what I'm thinking. This is what I'm feeling. And when you do that, that's really going to set you up well for the next step, which is P, proceed mindfully. So basically, in your observing, right, you have analyzed how you feel, what you think, and who's involved, etc., etc., etc. The P for proceed mindfully is basically where you're going to get what you need, okay? So if you decide, okay, what I need is I need to talk to this person, talk it out, right? I was arguing with my partner, we need to come back together and we need to talk it out. So then you would do that, right? And then maybe it's not even that. Maybe it's something solo, right? Like you were overthinking a situation that from a conversation you had the other day. So you decide, okay, what I need is I need to reframe my thinking because I'm overthinking it. It's not how it was in reality. That's just my anxiety kind of playing tricks on me, right? And when you're doing the P to proceed mindfully, they say to consult your wise mind, which I believe I've talked about in previous episodes. But basically, we all have these sides of us, right? We have our emotional side, we have our logical side, and we tend to have one that we lean towards, right? Some tend to lean towards the emotional side, where they will consult their emotions more often when making decisions. And people have their logical side, where they will consult logic more often when making decisions. However, we want to consult our wise mind, which is a perfect balance of them both. So you might ask yourself, okay, what are the facts of the situation and how do I feel about it, right? And together, that usually will give you a path for what you need. Do you need space? Do you need advice? Do you need someone to listen to you? Do you need some self-care? What is it that you need? And how are you going to proceed in getting that? And you go about that, go forth with your wise mind, right? So that's what they mean by proceeding mindfully. So when you put it all together, right, in reality, like this can take like 5 minutes, or it could take 10 minutes, or it could take 30 minutes, an hour. It just really depends on the distressing situation. But you're going to S, stop. Do not react. Just stop in your tracks. Put things down. Do not do anything. Then you're going to T, take a step back, either physically or mentally take a step back. This is also where you're going to use some sort of a grounding skill to help regulate your nervous system. And then you're going to O, observe. Observe what's going on around you and what's going on within you. And then once you have that figured out, then you're going to P, proceed mindfully. And this is where you're going to take the steps by consulting your wise mind to get what it is that you need. So yeah, that is the stop skill. Saying it, maybe even hearing it too, it might sound easy, and in reality, it isn't, right? It's easily said, difficult. You guys, it's Monday. It's easily said, difficult to do. I've been struggling today with my speech. But that's all I have for you guys today. So let me know if you use a skill, if it's helpful. Please send it to anyone that you think would benefit from it. Otherwise, you can go like, comment down below. If you made it this far, let's comment a brain emoji, because we're getting up in our brain, we're using our skills, and we're gonna see some long-term benefits from it. So yeah. Otherwise, you can stick around and follow along. Make sure to give me a follow on Spotify, YouTube, all of the social media, which is down below in my show notes. But other than that, I guess I'll talk to you guys next Thursday. And until then, embrace the chaos and find the beauty. Bye!